The Pine Barrens, a vast, dense forest in southern New Jersey, known for its eerie silence and unsettling reputation. For centuries, locals had shared stories about the creature that supposedly roamed these woods, the Jersey Devil. Most considered it a mere myth, a spooky tale told around campfires. But for a group of young hikers, it would soon become all too real. Jake, Lisa, Mark, and Sarah had been planning this weekend camping trip for months. They were experienced hikers, confident and eager to explore the Pine Barrens. As they trekked deeper into the woods, the tall pine trees closed in around them, the sounds of civilization fading into a distant memory. By the time they set up camp, the sun was already setting, casting long, haunting shadows through the trees. The group sat around a small fire, laughing and sharing ghost stories. Inevitably, the conversation turned to the Jersey Devil. "Do you guys actually believe in that stuff?" Jake asked, tossing another log onto the fire. Lisa smirked. "It's just a legend, a way to scare tourists." Mark, however, seemed uneasy. "My grandfather grew up around here," he said. He swore he saw it once, said it had wings as big as a car, eyes that glowed red, and a screech that could freeze your blood. Sarah shivered, though she wasn't sure if it was from the cold or Mark's story. "Come on, that's just—" Suddenly, a loud rustling sound came from the trees behind them. They all fell silent, staring into the darkness. Jake laughed nervously. Probably just a raccoon or something. But the rustling grew louder, closer, and then there was a strange, clicking sound. The wind picked up, howling through the trees, and with it came an ear-piercing screech that seemed to shake the very ground. "What the hell was that?" Sarah whispered, her voice trembling. Before anyone could answer, something darted through the shadows. The fire flickered, casting eerie shapes against the trees. Mark stood up, peering into the dark forest. "Maybe we should head back," he said, his voice tight with fear. But before they could pack up, a shape emerged from the darkness. At first, it was just a shadow, but then they saw it, a creature unlike anything they had ever imagined. It stood over 7 feet tall, with leathery wings spread wide, its eyes glowing a fierce red. Its hooves stomped the ground. Its claws, sharp and glistening, flexed menacingly. The Jersey Devil. The group froze in terror. For a moment, no one moved. Then the creature let out a bone-chilling scream, and chaos erupted. "Run!" Jake yelled, grabbing Lisa's arm as they bolted into the woods. The group sprinted through the trees, the sound of the Jersey Devil's wings beating heavily behind them. It was faster than any of them expected, moving through the forest with terrifying speed. Branches whipped at their faces as they ran. The screeching echoed in their ears. They ran blindly, not caring where they were going as long as they could get away from the creature. But it was no use. The Jersey Devil was hunting them, and it wasn't going to stop. Mark was the first to fall behind. "Keep going," he shouted as he stumbled over a tree root. The others glanced back, but there was nothing they could do. Within seconds, the Jersey Devil swooped down, grabbing Mark with its talons and dragging him into the sky. His screams faded into the distance. Jake, Lisa, and Sarah kept running, their breaths ragged. "We can't keep running forever," Lisa gasped. "We have to hide." Jake pointed to a nearby cave, half hidden by thick foliage. "There!" They scrambled inside, their hearts pounding as they pressed themselves against the cold rock walls. For a moment, there was silence. Had they lost it? Suddenly, the entrance of the cave darkened. The creature stood there, its red eyes glowing in the night. The Jersey Devil let out a low, menacing growl. It stepped into the cave, its claws scraping against the stone floor.